beautiful day, isn't it? Just listen to that. That's it. That's what I like to hear at this time of day. Eternally tortured souls, hoping for an end that will never come. Ghostly spectres just wondering why they're here with no end in sight. And just overall, a terrible, terrible time. This is life here in the Underworld. But we're not here to talk about the eternally damned. No, no, no. That's been moved to a Wednesday. We're here to talk about you. Now, you may or may not remember, but last year, or the year before, we did this again. You were going on your big, big mission for the big day. And we made sure you were prepared. And from what I heard, it was a massive success. The big dogs were very happy, so an unfortunate congratulations to you, as it were. But now, we're here for another one, aren't we? You have another big mission, but things are a little bit earlier this time around. We're not even in the spooky month yet, and yet the humans are already preparing, already have stuff out and about for their fellow compatriots. Is that a word? I don't know. But their fellow friends, in order to prepare for the big day. So of course, you have another mission in mind, and you need to prepare for that and be on your way. But if I recall, you said something feels a little bit off. You have something rummaging around your skull, but you can't figure out what it is. Is that right? Okay, well, personally, I know not everybody agrees with me, although they should, but I think everybody should strive to be uncomfortable and feel uncomfortable. Gets you preparing for anything after all, but oh well, if you prefer to be more comfortable for your mission, fair enough. But well, we can take a look around and see if we find anything particularly wrong with you. So, I'm going to conduct a full medical exam on you, see how things are doing, and of course, with how you look, I noticed that you seem a little bit different this time. The biggest part being, or the most obvious at least, all of these eyes I see. I'm seeing at least several open right now. I assume the others are asleep, perhaps. Okay, well in that case, I would just like to have a look at them first, but before that, I need to ask some questions to see how you've been doing lately. Just some genuine or general questions. Is that okay? Okay, so first off, tell me, let's get the most obvious answer out of the way. How many souls have you consumed in the past 2 weeks? Okay, and was that down at the west or the northeast? Okay, and was that near Frankenstein's lab or Dracula's castle? Alright, and as a personal, this isn't part of the questions, it's more like just my personal curiosity. Do you have a particular favorite taste of souls at all? Anyone that grabs your attention? Of course, we have the vampires, the Frankenstein monsters, the succubi, the demons, etc. I thought so. You do seem like the type. Okay, and how many body parts have you lost in the past month? Okay, and how many have you gained in the past few weeks? Okay, and then just one more. Finally, did you have a particular favorite body part you enjoyed consuming from a particular human? That's my favorite too. Okay, that is perfect. So now, let's get into those eyes of yours. Usually, we would of course start with just having an overall observation, but I think with the amount of eyes going on, I would say that there's no need. I can get a good look at these biggest ones and just see for myself with just a quick glimpse. So overall, would you say that you've been doing pretty well with those eyes lately? The new ones, obviously. And the size hasn't been bothering you at all. Okay, in that case, I would like to just test here with seeing how indestructible they are, if they can handle being poked at, if that's okay. Thank you very much. And in that case, just feel free to relax. Think about what you'll be doing for this new mission of yours. I've heard it's quite an exciting one this year. With it being an even number of the year of the human world, that's quite a lucky thing for you. Now, see this one right here, this eye? That is about the size of these things. How did you acquire that? Which monster is that from? Okay, I see. I'll be extra careful over there then. Okay, that's looking good. So now, let me have a look here. I would like to conduct a test to see just how your eyes are doing, how your vision is doing. Can you see me perfectly okay? Okay, well in that case, I just have some cards here, colors, shapes, the works. Just follow my directions and answer them for me, okay? Okay, so first off, what shape do we have here? Okay, and is this the name of the color or the shape? Sorry about that. Okay, that's a nice first one. It's not very easy. Now, here's another one, and what shape do we have here? Okay, and how many corners do you see? Okay, and is this the same color as this? And is this the same color as this? And is this showing the name of the shape or the color? Okay, very good. Now this one, you have to forgive me, but it is part of the process. I realize it's a little bit bright. Yeah, it's not good. I know, but it's part of the process. So what shape do we have here? Yes, and how many corners do you see? And is this shape the same as this shape here? Okay, and is this brighter than this one? That's a tough one. And then one more here. This one, here we go. Okay, and then can you tell me what shape this is here? Okay, and how many corners do you see? Very nice. And is this showing the name of the color or the shape? Okay, and does this have more or less letters than the one above? Very good. Excellent work. All right. Next up, we have next up we have our little eye chart here. So if you could, I would like eyes 3, 9 and 12 to focus on this chart. The rest can just take a break, okay? Okay, and can you tell me which letter this is? Which human letter? Okay, and would you say that this letter here is actually bigger or smaller than the one above? Okay, and would you say this letter here is the same size as either one of these two? Okay, now take a look at the size of the chart itself. Is this the same shape as my head? Okay, and look at the overall background or the overall color of the chart. Is it the same color as the background of where we are right now? Okay, and can you tell me, is this the same color as something on my mask? Okay, and do you see any color around here at all? Anything? I thought so. Okay, now let's go a little bit closer. Can you tell me, can you see what this is? It's okay if not, I just want to check. Okay, and would you say that this is darker or brighter than this? This card here, yeah? Okay, perfect. Okay, you may blink for me. I think now I would just like to have an overall look at just your overall being here. So let me get my light. This pen might be a little bit bright here, but it's necessary. I will try to go back a bit here, just to make sure it's not too overpowering. So let me just feel around here. I notice you have a new set of ears as well. How are they doing? Of course, they seem just a little bit rounded, not as pointy this time, so I'm sure that's a bit of a disappointment. Was that during the surgery? Okay, I see, alright. Okay, now can you just look up for me? We're not done with the eyes yet, I'm afraid. Okay, now can you just look down for me? Okay, now can you look to your left? And can you look to your right? Okay, now can you just look at the top of my nose here? Okay, and can you just tell me when you see the light come into your peripheral vision? Okay, perfect. And again, tell me again. Okay. And I want to try a different light here. This one's a little bit smaller. So again, can you look at my forehead for me? I want you to tell me if you could tell when the light is off. Okay? So it's on right now. Just let me know when you think it turns off. Again, same on this side. Just keep focusing on my forehead. Okay. Now can you look just right below my mask, right here? Thank you. Okay, perfect. Keep looking there. Excellent. Now, can you look at the top of my head? Just one more time. Two more times. Excellent. Very well done. So, now I want to move on to your ears, because these are brand new, of course, and last time you said they were relatively short of hearing, so we were able to be much louder, but this is now the complete opposite. Now they are much quieter. Also why I figured this exam would be better off at night, because of course it's much louder here in the Underworld during the daytime, isn't it? A lot more screaming, a lot more agonizing stuff, rather annoying. So let me just have a look here. I So tell me, how long have you had these ears for? Yes, I thought so. Okay. They're a very good size, quite long. Still rounded, but quite long nonetheless. And according to What's-His-Face, said that he wanted to prepare you to look more human this time around. Sorry, but it was for this mission to disguise yourself as you infiltrate and see what the humans are up to around this time of year, yes? Get as much info as you can. See the accuracy they have of our little realm here. It's at least nice that they are rather fond of us, even if they don't realize. They are surprisingly accurate, I have to say, with their costumes and such. It's very strange. I couldn't help but wonder how they came up with something like that. I especially enjoy this fictional series they prepared called The Scary Godmother. Every year I go back to that. It's very strange how they knew that the Scary Godmother and her friends were even around here. It's very strange, isn't it? Okay, those ears are looking good. Just a little bit more touching here. Does that feel okay? Does that sound okay? Okay, let me just do a little bit more measuring here. Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you. Okay, so I would like to do a quick hearing test if that's okay with you. Thank you. So I'm just going to whisper some things in your ears. I just want you to tell me what it is you hear. You're welcome to keep your eyes open or close them. It's all right. Okay? Okay. October 31st. October 31st. Very good. Pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie. Very good. Skeleton skull. Skeleton skull. Excellent. Few more. Dracula's castle. Dracula's castle. Frankenstein's lab. Frankenstein's lab. Excellent work. So, I think we can establish that. Wait, there was only one hearing test. No, we need to do a few more. Never mind, ignore me. Okay, in that case, just, can you hear this? Okay, would you be able to just close your eyes for me and just tell me if you hear this on the left or the right for me? Thank you. Yes. Yes. That's right. Yes. Okay, perfect. And then finally, I'm just going to tap on your ears here. I want you to tell me if it seems rather slow or rather fast. Okay? So keep those eyes closed for me. That's correct. Yes. Yes, well done. Okay, I think we can establish that your hearing is good. So, I think whilst I was checking your ears, I did notice that I swear I seen something rummaging around. Don't panic. We always do this. We always have something in our skulls. Let's be real. We know this. We just never usually take notice unless it's truly, truly annoying. And I assume this one is. Okay, so, well, usually with this type of thing, before we actually get the thing out, we need to ensure that you are more relaxed. So we can just kind of grab it. So I'm sure it can wait just a few more minutes. It won't hurt it. Or maybe it will. That might work in our favor. But now, I want to have a look at your skin. Just your overall appearance, if that's alright. So I need to prick and pluck at whatever it is I'm seeing here. Start with 2. And then we can move on to a couple of other things. So just stay still for me. Also because I know that you did just get off another mission. And you seem like you've picked up a couple of unwanted guests, let's say. Around the ears as well. Okay, let's try another set. How are you feeling so far? Are you feeling ready for this new mission? Excited? Excellent. Okay, that's perfect. And I would say it also looks as though, not to be a little bit graphic, but it looks as though a little bit of your skin is starting to fall off there, my friend. So I think we're going to have to cut that off. Wouldn't you say it looks a little bit dried out? Okay, so let me start that quickly. Usually tied toward the ears, so let's get these knots out as well. Okay. Right then, let's just get that skin off. I realize that may sound a little bit graphic, but it's necessary. Just let me get my tools. There we go. Okay, so should be harmless, although if you prefer, I can make it uncomfortable. Spoil sport. Guess you're suffering one of those days. Okay, and there we go. This seems a little bit rugged here. How long have you had this on your face? Yes, I can tell. Usually with the amount of roughness it's got going on, that usually means it's quite old. But you are looking much better now, a lot more, I would say, attractive even. But that's usually impossible. You're already pretty good looking as is. Just, of course, smoothing out all of the roughness to try and gather some data, let's say, to see exactly where you've been, what you've been up to, what caused this. Okay, it sounds like it's relatively strong. That's good quality, that. You could certainly share this out with the other Underworld liens we have. Okay, I think that's nice and prepared. So there's one last step before we work to get this thing out of your skull. And I need to have a look at the skull itself, your head. So, of course, we need to shrink it down. I'm sure you won't mind if I take it for a while. You'll still be able to see, of course, you just won't have the head. The little trick I learned from our local dual hand we have here. Very clever, but let me just warm up my gloves from here, and I'm going to warm you up just a little bit. It is rather chilly here now, so if you could just take a deep breath in for me. Okay, and out. Okay. Let's see if we can. There we go. It's starting to shrink. Get off in 3, 2. Oh, you have a little friend here. Isn't that fun? Hello. Doesn't seem very talkative. How long have you had this little guy? I see. Okay, well, so the idea is we need to just have a look around the skull itself here. Just inspect different portions to ensure that nothing is misplaced or broken. That includes your friend here. Are you sure your friend isn't the culprit here? Oh, he was already there before this happened. I see. So he's just kind of been chilling. Okay, so now let me get right here. I do notice that there does seem to be a couple of cracks here. Do you think that's the cause for concern? Oh no, that's just been there for years. Okay. So you just keep there for aesthetics. Wow, okay, then that's new. Okay, it looks like there's a couple of dent marks around the side here. Could that be related to this uninvited stowaway of yours? You know, it doesn't seem like you're too bothered by it. Are you sure you even want it out? You just want to say, hello, wow. I suppose you are quite the friendly chap. Okay. Let me at least inspect these cracks here. I haven't seen a skull like this in quite a while. You have some on the back here. Again, this almost looks like it's trying to break free. Are you absolutely sure? That was intentional. Wow. Okay. You're gonna have to tell me the story about that another time. Okay, it's a good texture. It sounds very good. I would say that's still a good quality skull after all these centuries. You've done very well to keep taking care of it. Although you like these cracks here, though, I do recommend you at least get them looked at. I am not the professional. I'm just kind of here to give you an overall exam, but you need a skull crack professional. You ever been to one of those? Well, let's just say if they've seen you with these, they would either be having the time of their life or they would have an aneurysm because of how long you've left it like this. But overall, I would say that your skull is doing good, so let's put that back. Let's get whatever this thing is out of you, shall we? Okay, so let's just pop that. I'm going to turn around. Let's just pop that back into place. Okay, there we go. You have the head again. Although you seem disappointed. You always were a fan of the dual hands, weren't you? Headless Horseman. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so I think now we are ready to get this thing out of you. So, let me get my things. We're going to use my scissors here. And just getting ready. We're going to have to go between both ears here and try to lock it down. Just stitch your ears up for the moment. You'll still be able to hear me. It's more just I'm going to choose to get it out of this one here. Okay, back to this one. Let me get another thing here. Just put on the finishing touches. Okay. One more on this side here. Okay, let's get this thing out of you. I see it popping out, so let's just have a look here. And see if I can grab it. There you are. Wow. This thing was in your skull. Imagine that. And yet, now you feel better, I'm sure you do. Well, from a glance I can already tell what type of slug this is. It's harmless, for one thing, so I guess it was just... Actually, no, there is no I guess. It absolutely was using your skull as a home, because, well, with how long you've been around, it would appear that it's seen that your skull as a bona fide house. Your skull has enough texture, enough strength to handle some good pressure, some good damage. So of course our little friend here decided it wanted to be a part of it. What do you mean you've seen this thing go into your skull and you did nothing about it? You didn't think for a moment that this was what was causing, this is what was causing it? Sometimes I think you just use this as an excuse to see me. Yeah, well, thank you. But we found our little culprit. You want me to put it back? After how uncomfortable. I see your point. I did mention, I did say that I enjoy the uncomfortable feeling. I think everybody should. Fair enough. You have my respect. Let's put that thing back into you. Do you want to give it a name, by the way? Okay, well, you can decide later what the name will be. I guess you need to bond a little more now that you know. Are you happy to go back inside? Oh, the poor thing is shivering. Okay, let's just let that slide back in there. Oh, well, it is more than happy to be back with you. Yes, I'm sure that twitching will stop. Probably. Eventually. But I suppose your friend will be joining you on your journey to the human world to conduct this next mission. You'll have to let me know how it goes. I assume that now you have a passenger, it might be more of a success. And although he might try and take some of the credits out, I would recommend, with my professional opinion, that you keep that between yourself, between us three. But you have a journey to go on. You have a mission to complete, as I've said several times now. So you'll have to let me know how it goes. Come and say hi, because of course, the big day isn't for a while yet, but it is on the horizon. The humans are already preparing for it. And I love to see it, with September and October being my favorite months of the year. So, until next time, my champion of champions, take care. Good luck. Take care of that friend of yours as well. I'm sure he'll want to stay there for a very long time. Okay, be gone.